You're watching United Gospel Explosion. United Gospel Explosion. TV!
See, I'm a gangster with God and I'm spreading the word. That's right. Truth be told, that's right, truth be heard. No matter what your gift is, it's made to see. So give it up for victory.
Hello, Detroit. Hello, Chicago. Down in Atlanta. Charlie Green and my people down in Atlanta. Man, I love you guys. Don't make me go to naming names, but I can never leave out California. Wow, the Isaacs, the Browns, Hollywood out there. Raven Simone show. Raven's Home with a guest, Isaac Brown, with one of the main actors in the show. I get the name it. Down in Florida, you know, you got Brandon, you got so much is going on around the country. But right here in Detroit, this is where I'm at today. You guys know I ain't been on a vacation in a while, so expect me to disappear anytime. But we're having fun. We want to welcome you out to United Gospel Explosion TV show. Very special series, near and dear to my heart. For this first half, we have a guest with me, and her name is Miss Sherry Harris. Hey, Sherry.
Hey. How are you today?
All right. And Sherry, her attitude of her bubbly attitude, positive spirit, is contagious. So we met down at Detroit Cabinet Manufacturing Company, where my friend Terry Davis is, and crew, Jason, Cole, and so many others are getting together to put together a real cabinet series and what's going on there. Actually, manufacturing in Detroit.
Yes, they'll be making cabinets right there on the showroom.
Right, right. And you know what? I got to say something because we're going to be ringing all day because Sherry on the line here live. You guys, if you guys can hold your calls so after the show, we can answer you back. Or if you call during the show, don't worry, we'll answer you back. So you don't have to worry about that. But say that again. So we're going to be manufacturing right out of Detroit.
Exactly. Right off of West 7 Mile.
Wow.
So they'll have the showroom open to the public where they could come in, and right behind the receptionist desk, there'll be a glass opening where they'll actually be building the cabinets. Detroit residents actually working in the city manufacturing cabinets.
Actually, and the cabinets aren't just for here, but I know that he distributes globally.
He does.
And so there'll be an opportunity for you to be a part of the growth. And so not just that it's a minority-owned business, just the fact that it's so many minority-owned businesses, including yours, Sherry. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But it's just the fact that we're manufacturing something, and I think hopefully that'll become contagious.
I hope so, too.
Good contagious is my word for the day. You know?
I like good contagious.
And so, you know, where other people can get going and get their businesses out here. Our director owns a restaurant, Bon Appetit, a catering company. Right here, the young man that sets us up, Sean. And so many, this is a minority-owned TV station. So it's not just that I'm looking at the minority aspects, but you have to love your own before you can spread out. I feel. Before I can love you, I got to learn to love myself.
That's
Then
true.
I can love you more correctly.
That's true,
Right?
because God is love.
God is love, absolutely. And so, Sherry, now we down to Miss Sherry, and she's doing so much. She's a dynamo. It's something, and we'll talk about some of the work that she's doing. Sherry, I know you're part of the minority women-owned companies, you know, which is a group. And tell us a little bit about that. And first of all, introduce yourself and tell them your business.
Okay.
Or one of them anyway, to get you going.
My name is Sherry Harris. I'm the CEO of Swint Logistics Group. We are a proud Detroit-based, minority, woman-owned, certified.
I'm going to push this right up on you because
Oh,
I don't
I'm
want them to
sorry.
miss none of this.
We're a proud Detroit-based, minority, woman, certified, owned, operated trucking company. We do trucking, hauling. We're branching out into paving and infrastructure consulting.
Now, hold on, I got to make you put a pin in the shake because you're going to give everything in one sentence. They ain't going to really catch all this. First of all, Sherry, when you said you're minority-owned, a female-owned even trucking company, that can blow right over your head because they see your little big smile and all that. And let's just put a pin on that for a second and talk about it. You own the trucking business, correct?
I do.
And logistics, you guys are going around the country.
Yes, we have our Canadian authority and our U.S. authority.
Wow.
We operate tractor trailers, dump trucks here locally, and we have our box truck division.
That is huge, you know. So now, Sherry, that's unusual to see an attractive lady, and you guys, obviously, full of bubbly spirit, like she'll be a sister girlfriend or one of the girls you would go out and enjoy yourself with, party with ladies, have a road trip with or whatever.
Right.
And then to turn around, she says she owned a trucking company. You know, that's huge. It's just a different mindset than what you would picture. Am I on point? Do you get a lot of that?
I do, and I get even more of a whoa when they find out that I also don't own anything that I cannot operate. So
Wow, I not
also
see whoa.
operate all my own equipment. I've been driving trucks for over 15 years.
Wow,
Yeah,
wow.
so
Take a deep
tankers-
breath on that one. You just pause and take a deep breath on that one. And so, Sherry, now that's kind of different. You even have to admit that yourself. You take a young lady like yourself, 15 years ago, even younger lady, and so that means while the little girls was just throwing their dolls on the twirl, you were messing with dump trucks or something.
Well, I mean, at 30.
How did you get involved?
Well, I did start in dump trucks. My initial background is healthcare, and I got into dump trucks when I lived in Atlanta. And we hauled a lot of dirt and asphalt down there. And I moved back here. I relocated back here to attend truck driving school and get my Class A license. And I started working for Inland Waters Pollution Control as a certified boiler operator, tanker, hazmat driver. We did CIPP relining of all
Yeah.
the sewers throughout the United States.
No, when she's saying that, she kind of looking at me like, do you get it? Her eyebrows kind of jumping. Do you know anything what I'm saying? And mostly, and some of it I did, and some of it we don't, because you highly technical into your field. So you didn't just jump out here. Hey, you had some history of working with different companies,
Yes.
and you were heavy in the industry anyway.
Well, I tried to gain as much experience in trucking before I actually launched my business, because even as a business owner, there's so many learning curves that I felt it was very important to be able to operate my equipment before I got into this business, because it's a control issue.
Right. And so if one of the guys come in and they supposed to have been there at like 7 a.m. and they come strolling in there at 12 and say, hey, I have to drive that big truck, you say, hold on, wait a minute. And you can tell him pretty much,
I can do it. You can
right,
do it.
I knew exactly what you were supposed to be doing when you was doing it.
Exactly.
Oh, that is phenomenal. I love it. I love it. Now, but that's the reality of how long you've been doing it. But even to start some of this, I want to get into the thought process. What hit your mind? What age did it hit your mind that, I mean, I've seen her dress and she do her thing, so she's a girly girl. But somewhere,
Thank you.
right? She's it's a girly girl, a
I
boy
am a
girl.
girly girl.
But some had to hit your mind somewhere or be influenced by somebody to get you involved in trucking and say, hey, I want to get in this big old truck, you know, here, big as your house, and drive it around the country. So,
Well, I was working in healthcare, and I had an issue at work, and I asked God, what can I do where I don't have to work with a lot of women? And
Wow.
because of the drama sometimes, no offense to the women, because I love y'all, but sometimes it's a lot of drama in healthcare because it's like 95% women. And lack of drama, kind of be on my own schedule, listen to the music when I want to. I'm a hip-hop head.
hey.
And he said truck driving. And when God speaks to you, you better listen. So I believe if it's anything you want to do, if you ask at least 5 people, somebody knows somebody that knows somebody. So about
this
the
was
third
divinely
person-
inspired.
It was. So
You
about
just,
the third
he
person.
gave you a thought.
Yeah, the third person I asked. I think it was the second person I asked. Brother owned a dump truck. 2 days later, I was in a dump truck.
Oh, my goodness.
So
Oh,
it
my
started
goodness.
from there. He suggested that I get my A license. But my aunt and uncle are heavy in trucking. My grandfather.
Oh,
used-
no.
But I didn't know this. I mean, I knew about my aunt and uncle, but when it hit me, they weren't my inspiration at that time. That wasn't
Okay.
my thought. It was what God spoke to me and said. So,
Wow.
and I have an entrepreneur spirit that lies deep inside of me that wouldn't let me just work for somebody else for the rest of my life.
Oh
So
my
I had to
God.
pursue my passion. So,
Oh, you gonna make me grab on that again. Here we go. And so, you can be doing something totally different because actually I came from the healthcare. I did marketing and management for Health Alliance Plan
Okay.
and that
Ha-
for years.
okay.
For about 5 years before I went on my own into construction and the little TV stuff that you see. But,
Wow.
hearing that voice, and then you done got me on something. So I'm going to share this with the audience. Sometimes you can be doing something totally different. And if you're in tune to hear God speaking to you, which he was, but to hear that voice though, sometimes you got to be able to know yourself too. You went through something enough to know when you're being led. Now, and I know just hearing you speak on God and how strong you speak on that, your Christian faith base, but how did you let's see, how did you begin to walk in the path that God had for you? Because a lot of younger women 15 years ago you're talking about would have been doing anything. They would have been on the constant road trip and your job and back, and that's it. So you began to following those precepts or began to follow the path that God was giving you when? I mean, how old were you?
I was about 30.
About 30?
Yeah. I started in healthcare 18. So I was about 30. And 2 days after I heard him speak to me, I was in a dump truck.
Oh, my
Because
goodness.
like I said, if you ask 5 people, if it's something you really want to do, I came to you. You were the first person I asked about something that I really want to do that we
Right.
discussed.
Yes,
You were the first
absolutely.
person,
Wow.
and look at how it's taken off. And we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, and that's
if
beautiful.
we ever get to it, because
No, that's going to be the second half of the show. We're talking
Okay,
about
well.
women building up their things, so that's good. But
But
go ahead.
again,
That 5.
So once if God, whatever you want to do, whatever your passion is, if you ask 5 people in your circle, it could be just, or if you're at an event, whatever, one of those 5 people are going to know somebody to connect you where you're trying to go. It used to be 6 degrees of separation. I don't know what it is now. I think it's less.
Wow.
So it's just, and then when God lays something on your heart, your gift will make room for you.
Yeah. So
It's in the Bible.
you know if it's from God then because doors go to opening.
They do. And you have to be obedient.
Wow.
And you have to stay the course. And you have to show up and show out. When
I
he
love it.
offered me to come and ride with him in the dump truck, I was there early. I was excited. I had questions. I was waiting. I mean, and we clicked, and it went from there.
From there, wow. Well, listen, I'm going to take a quick break, and hopefully we can hear from one of our sponsors. I know Total Home Improvement is doing some things for the summer. You guys get ready to get your roofs and gutters done and all that stuff. And then we're going to be back with a little more Sherry. We're going to wrap up this segment, actually talking about that walking in faith. And then I want to talk a little bit about the summit this half. Okay, you guys stay tuned. We'll be right back.
You're watching United Gospel Explosion. United Gospel Explosion. TV!
Total Home Improvement Company presents the Spring Blowout Special of the season. Remodel your kitchen, bathroom, basement, plus flooring specials for every room. Call 313-728-2025 for your free in-home estimate today. Mention this commercial and get 10% off your project. Call 313-728-2025. Remodel your home today. Total Home Improvement, the company you call for your home improvement needs.
You're watching United Gospel Explosion. United Gospel Explosion. TV!
See, I'm a gangster with God and I'm spreading the word. Truth be told, that's right, truth be heard. No matter what your gift is, it's made to see. So give it up for victory.
Hey, you guys, if you missed the first part of our show here, uh, wow, we've Miss Sherry Harris, and this is the Woman Empowerment Month for the next, and into next month. We're going to be bringing in powerful women and sharing how God is moving amongst them as well. Because, and I don't just pull out the women in this, but it's so important to know that we're still being nurtured, Sherry.
Yes.
Just in a different, even in a different way. Because now my mother came up, she's a powerful entrepreneur spirit, but I think that the new generation of women now, they're not just spirited, they're actually equipped right now with the education, with the resources, and so much is going on with that. But you were sharing with us before break how you actually got into the industry. Uh, she's doing so much, and this is just one of the companies that I'm embarking on. And the next half, we'll talk about pavement that you started because it's so big. I think we really had to separate it because when you think of a young lady, a girly girl, I said in the first part, don't y'all beat me up for that, but a girly girl coming out and she's actually getting involved with trucking industry. I ain't talking about just a little uh, updated van. I ain't talking about no cargo box. I'm talking about the kind with two boxes you see on the expressway that you get out the way of, right?
Yes, tractor trailers.
Tractor trailers, all that.
Yes.
That it means something. You see something there, and she was just sharing that her inspiration came from God. That He touched her spirit, and she stepped out on it. Now you were talking about when something like that happens, and this was a tip I think she was giving our audience. You said that if you have a circle and you were mentioning a certain number of people you should ask and see out of 5 what happens now.
I just think that, whatever your passion is or whatever God lays on your heart, if, you need some help or guidance or, I didn't know the first thing about truck driving, honestly.
Wow.
I just think if you ask 5 people, that's out of those 5, someone is going to know somebody that knows somebody. And if you pursue it, then it can happen.
Wow,
I'm proof.
if you see my mouth hitting the table and I keep rolling it back up like in the cartoon or something, it's because, you don't hear that every day. And to see that level of faith in the walk, it's just phenomenal. I love that. And that's what this thing about. If there's any ministry I could give you at all, and, some guys, you guys have heard me on the pulpit and stuff like that, but this is the ministry right here when I'm dealing with people with these phenomenal, oh my God, phenomenal stories, and they open it up to us. Minority women-owned companies. Okay, this is a minority woman-owned company yourself,
Yes.
but what is this group about?
Well, being a certified minority woman-owned company, it opens up the door to various opportunities because, as we all know, Detroit is on a big comeback. It's a lot of construction here. So,
Absolutely.
You take time and you certify your business with various agencies, government agencies through the SBA, which is free, through your county or your state. You have MDOT, you have the County of Wayne. So, and it offers exposure to your business. And when you're a small business, you're a small disadvantaged business by the government codes. If you follow through with the paperwork and get those certifications, then doors will open up for you. You just have to follow through and be diligent and keep the faith.
And Sherry's unused. That's why you see I need her for both segments of this show. That was so powerful what she just said, and I don't know. I know it's women in our audience that often tune in on the show and through our social media too that follow our show. And what she just said was, if you are a startup or a small business, minority-owned business, female-owned business, you're already at a kind of a disadvantage in a world-powered business trucking company.
Yes.
So they have some things for them to help even the playing field. And you said it was free if they went to the
Certified at
small
sba.gov.
that's certified. Get your business certified.
It's certified, CERTIFY, @ SBA.gov, which is the Small Business Administration.
Wow, she just gave y'all something that may be worth millions of dollars to you guys. See, that's what I'm saying. See, I have to stop these people because they out here and they do it on a powerful level. But and this isn't just for women, brothers. If you have a small business, certify that business with the SBA, and it's gonna be some paperwork. Don't think ain't no paper. Get your paperwork together in that aspect, and then it opens up other doors. Now, what's some of the doors that open for you?
Well, it gives you opportunities to take advantage of the programs that the government offers for small businesses. There are offices in every city, state, county, and they'll help you grow your business. But again, if you're not proactive and you don't get out there and make these meetings and introduce yourself and get yourself out there, then it's useless. But as long as you have a plan, execute, you will succeed. So you just have to follow through, you know. It was a lot of paperwork to get those certifications, but it was important to me
Absolutely.
to have those and the exposure. You know, again, once you get the exposure, you take the initiative to get out and network and, you know, build relationships, maintain your reputation, know when to say no.
Right.
All money ain't good money.
Right,
You know,
right.
these are
Absolutely.
things. Your business is like a baby, so you have to protect it just like you do a baby. So you have to be careful, but you have to invest in it just like you do a child.
I don't know if you guys feel it, but something magical is going on here, something inspirational, spiritual is going on here. And I mentioned earlier that this women's segment that I'm doing is because the nurturing is in a different level. And when she gave that analogy of a baby, it hit me that that's it. This is what we want to pull out. That you take care of your business like it's a baby, she was just saying. I think that's just amazing. We're going to take a break because it's halftime of the show now, but we're going to come back and we're sharing this whole hour with Sherry. In the next half, we're going to talk about how you nurtured that baby, it grew up, and then these relationships that you built through the SBA and these different groups, how can it turn the money for you, you know? How can it turn the moolah for you? Because that's important. You know, God got us walking, but he also going to provide for you. So you guys stay tuned. You're watching United Gospel Explosion TV. We're taking over the Youth Explosion segment because this is very important. In the second half, we're coming back with Miss Sherry Harris and maybe get into the money.
You're watching United Gospel Explosion. United Gospel Explosion. TV!
Total Home Improvement Company presents the Spring Blowout Special of the season. Remodel your kitchen, bathroom, basement, plus flooring specials for every room. Call 313-728-2025 for your free in-home estimate today. Mention this commercial and get 10% off your project. Call 313-728-2025. Remodel your home today. Total Home Improvement, the company you call for your home improvement needs.
You're watching United Gospel Explosion. United Gospel Explosion. TV!
Hey, we're back in studio, and I was just telling Sherry Harris, Miss Sunshine. Remember, I called her that first, y'all, Miss Sunshine. Don't you that fing? But I was telling Miss Harris, you know, and it was divinely inspired. I feel like we gotta give me these little things. You gotta write them down. But I coined it first right here. I see so much reality type stuff, and you know, when I see reality TV shows, and I think of like the women of Atlanta and the women of Atlas or wherever, and the women of Jupiter, but you know, the women in business, and just this trucking business itself, is so much reality that could spring from that when she's going to do the SBA loans and pull your hair out doing the paperwork. I think you guys like to see that behind the scenes grit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a lot. A lot of tears.
So I would just share that with. That may be something we want to get off into and invest in the future. But back to this, you know, these powerful women we're bringing in through this series. And I want you to watch, but I want you to get an ink pen and write some of this stuff down, because she's saying some stuff that I wish I had someone here write down for me right now. But luckily I got the tape. I'm going to go back over it. But can you imagine that? You're starting your business and then someone gives you a seed of thought. Because it's a mustard seed, you do a whole bunch. I ain't just,
Ooh wee.
woo-wee. I ain't the mustard seed of faith, but a seed of thought someone gives you that as you run that business to say, hey, certify yourself.
Get those certifications.
Just that one little thought, Sherry, can make the difference in millions in your life right now.
It
And
will.
no, I'm going further than that. If you do this, I want you to contact me, and I want you to come in and give Sherry a donation. It could be a small, we'll go to dinner or something, but whatever. I just want to know that it's working out there for you, and you're working towards your goal, too. Now, Sherry, you went through it already, and I know that I don't want to put you on blast and say how much money did that mean to you, but we are interested in the moolah out here too. These businesses are watching us, and they want to know how to do it, go to the next level. And you may not be there; may be your kids, but at least you can tell them the which way to go. You got that business, certify that business, and go to that next level, and let these companies help you. What kind of impact can that make to your bottom line?
Well, following through with the connections and making sure your business plan is solid, they'll help you. And then once you're ready for funding, they'll tell you, people will come at you at all angles trying to give you money. They throw money at small businesses because it's designed to sink you. So if you're not ready to take that money, or you don't know, or you're confused on who to trust, because some of these lenders, they take a portion of your business when you sign those papers. And
Oh, sure.
you getting these contracts like this, so those entities will help you. You go to them, you talk to them, and they'll direct you to who's trustworthy,
Wow.
and then once you're working with these people, then the SBA will back you when you're ready for a loan. They don't give the loans, but they can say, listen, this person is qualified. We've sat down. We've done step, follow through, and, it tells a lot about you when you meet with these people, and whether you're on time, if you're canceling, if
Yes.
you not following through and doing what you're supposed to do, then, they'll think twice before they say, you know what? She's loan worthy. She's ready. Give her the money. Give her the business. That she has the capacity to meet the need.
Wow.
What she says she can do. So if you do what you say, then you'll move forward. So these entities are great. When you go to these entities, they'll open up the doors to other entities. They have great conferences where the prime contractors are at the conferences, and they have matchmaking events. MDOT just put on the big DBE conferences, which are free. 3-day process. They have all the prime contractors are there for the DBEs, which is Disadvantaged Business Enterprise. When you have that certification, then you sit down and you talk to these big companies. Dan's Excavating is big for me in trucking and construction here in Michigan. It just puts you in the room with the Rickmans of Rickman Enterprise Group if you're into environmental cleanup or anything like that. So
Just let me pause for a second, because I want to let them know when she's talking about these businesses, when you're talking mid-range to large businesses, dollar amounts goes from like $5 million for mid-range up to huge dollar amounts.
Yes.
It's not
hundreds of millions.
hundreds of
No.
millions of dollars. So you when you hear "make it rain," I'm gonna make it rain. No, this is make it pour. This is make it pour. You know what I'm saying?
And it's right here for you to get. You
Right.
just have to follow through. You cannot quit. You
Right.
cannot quit. You can't quit.
And I'm putting this in front of you. She didn't come in and say, "Hey, I'm gonna talk about the money and push the money in front of you." I'm just saying that I think that this is going to be essential for the next generation of where we're going. As minority businesses, period. That these relationships of certification and getting in the right doors with the right people that can see your business plan and bless it, and see your business and bless it in that way through your hard work and diligence too. Now, don't get me wrong. Like you say, you got to make the meetings, you got to do the
gotta do
homework.
it. You gotta
But
do
if
it.
you're willing to do that, if you had the energy to do that and the wherewithal to do that, how long have you been in business with the trucking industry now?
We'll be 3 May 1st.
3 years.
Yes.
Wow. So this is 3 years, and she's already been certified. She's already dealt with the loan situation and things like that. And in that 3 years, what's some of the kind of companies that you've interfaced with, that you've worked with, Sherry?
Well, with my over-the-road trucking company, we ran pop for Pepsi out of Atlanta,
Wow.
out of St. Louis, Dallas. So we've done for Pepsi, Budweiser. Arter Express was my biggest contract out of St. Louis. So they're a power-only unit. So that means I only had to run tractors. They had the trailers. So that my trucks ran cross country, pulling freight for Coca-Cola,
Wow.
Tyson, just various, brokers that they dealt with. Locally, my dump trucks, we work for Asphalt Specialty Inc., which is ASI, Dan Israel. And we've also ran for Hutch Paving as well, out of Warren.
Huge
Michigan.
companies.
So, and currently we're waiting to see if we got a contract with Ajax Paving,
Wow.
which is huge for their concrete batch division. For my
You
dump
see
trucks.
those guys on the expressway all the time, put down the roads. and
Oh
stuff.
yeah, Ajax.
Oh, my God.
And
Oh, my
also
God,
we
that
have a
is so
contract with
great.
Amazon for our box truck division. So it's up and
Phenomenal.
down. It's
That's
up
very
and down.
unusual for someone to reach that kind of height in a 3-year period. So, but I think she brings something special with the sunshine. I say, she, like I say, it makes people reach out to you. Your attitude also determines your altitude, how high you going.
People do business with people they know and like.
Okay.
So you have to get out there, smile, meet the people, introduce yourself, know your elevator speech by heart. My goal this year is for when I stand up that the people in the room already know my elevator speech before I say it, because
Wow,
I've
powerful.
been around that much. That's the goal.
That's a good one. That's a good one. So, and if you don't know what the elevator speech is, I used to tell myself, I'm going to have some. So anytime I meet a millionaire, within 5 seconds, I'm going to have something to say that attracts them to whatever I'm doing. And, so when you come on with that, start off with, hi, I'm James, and, I love what you're doing. I got a business that's kind of pairs with that. I always want to meet someone like you. I do blah, blah, blah. That correlates with what you do. This trucking correlates with what you do, Mr. Ajax. And we're certified and qualified minority owned if you ever need me. I think that was 60 seconds, right?
I think
Or
it was
something.
that-
I'm
it
just
was
saying
pretty
off the
good.
top of my
So
head.
that's what it is.
Have your speech
You
together.
gotta know your elevator speech, honestly. And I'll give you a secret. I learned this from my mentor.
Yeah.
First off, 2 secrets. Always have a mentor. But the mentor has to be someone who is successful, and their business should parallel your business.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be the same, but it should parallel it where it'll open up doors for you if it's in the same industry or related.
Wow.
It needs to be related. Like if you are a cake baker, you should not get a mentor in trucking.
Right.
So
Right. Got you.
I have the honor and privilege, and I am blessed to have Roderick Rickman as my mentor.
I've
Rickman
heard his name.
Enterprise
What
Group.
company is he with?
Rickman Enterprise Group. Yes.
Wow.
He's the largest demolition contractor here in the city of Detroit.
Right.
He has offices here, New Jersey, Atlanta. I think he's still in Brazil. I'm not sure. He is an African American brother.
Wow.
And he was the $100 million man in 2007, I think, for Black Enterprise.
Oh, my
You
God.
might can't quote me on the year, but definitely the $100 million man. So
And
when
that's
I
your
say
mentor.
reach for the sky for a
I hear
mentor,
you.
you
Oh,
reach
my
for the sky
God.
for a mentor, and they will help you. They will help you. So that's why I say your gift will make room for you. You got to follow through. So the secret, my mentor told me, put your elevator speech on the back of your business card.
Oh, my God.
Because when you're at these events and people walk away with thousands of cards, and they look at this, Swint Logistics Group, share here. Okay,
Wait a
lady in
minute. Pause
trucking.
1 second again. That was so powerful. And I've done marketing in several different places. But I've never heard that one before. So thank you for that. I got to use that myself.
You should.
She said tell them again, because I want you to get this one.
Put your elevator speech on the back of your card.
Wow.
And when those people are going through those cards and they flip over the back, a proud Detroit-based company servicing your trucking, paving, and hauling needs, domestic and international over-the-road trucking company, dump trucks, straight trucks, and semis. And my tagline is complex made simple. So they'll remember me. So just a tip.
Bam, all
That's
in
from
your
Rod
face.
Rickman.
Oh my God. So you're dealing with mentors on a not $1 million level, y'all. So you see how she went and did this year. It's
That was
just
in
you.
2007.
That was in
Let's be clear.
2007, right?
Yes. So
But I'm just saying, when you say 100 million as a mentor, you're dealing with people that can fertilize and nurture and help you grow your seeds. You know,
exactly.
I'm not just saying 100 million. I'm saying what she's saying is get a mentor that's powerful in the business you're in. You may be in
Successful.
cake baking. You know, try to get the best mentor in cake baking. And as you reach out for a mentor, uh, you went to certain events like these different affiliated associations she was telling you about have mixers like that where the big boys in the room, right?
You have to network. I had the pleasure. I joined the Michigan Minority Contractors Association. Jason Cole founded that. It's here. He's executive director of it. It's here in Detroit.
Great guy.
And I'm a minority. I'm a contractor, so it fit me.
Mm-hmm.
So I joined the organization, and the very first meeting I went to was at Rickman Enterprise, and I stepped to Mr. Rickman, introduced myself, and asked him to mentor
Wow.
me. I waited in line to meet with him after the meeting because everyone wanted to meet with him.
Sure,
So,
absolutely.
and he agreed. And I stayed the course. I mean, he didn't have time right away. It took a while, but I stayed on him. I called once a month. I emailed. I left a message. I was diligent, and it happened. And it's been 2 years now since he's been mentoring me.
That is absolutely great. Now, I want to go so much more into that, into this whole aspect of, like I said, she's showing you how to get the moolah. I don't know. They probably saying, stay on that, stay on that. Let's do the whole show on that. But, and I don't just want to be money based, though. I want to be more so fulfillment of your goal base. And money is part of it.
Well, the money will come.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't want to, yeah, that's not the run. The run is, to me in business, and you tell me how you feel about this. The money is being a servant, serving people's needs. If you serve people's needs right,
the money will
how
come.
yeah, the money will come.
But you know, you gotta stay the course. You gotta be diligent. You know, when the hard times come, you can't go running.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta stay the course and stay focused. And you know, it's gonna come. It's not easy. It's not easy. I mean that. Like, it's not. I cry a lot of days. You know, when you go from having
That's
a
what I got to catch on
job.
camera for y'all. I want to catch her crying, pulling her hair out and everything, but be in the sunshine too.
Yeah, you know. You
Yeah.
know, when you have a job, you used to get a check every week, every
Yes,
2 weeks.
true.
I don't know how you got paid, but
Right.
when you have a business, it's not that
It's not that
consistent.
simple,
It's
yeah.
not that steady. You know, you want to get these big contracts, but are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not about the money. It's about, are you ready? Are you prepared? Are you
Yes.
capable? Can you do the work that you say you can do? Are you licensed? Are you
Yes.
insured? Are you bonded? Have you checked on your bonding capabilities? Do you, you know, it's so many steps to get to the money.
Right.
But when you, all those steps are your tools
Mm.
in your toolbox. So you take that toolbox once it's full and ready, you got all the tools you need, then you go for the money.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
So
I love
it's-
it. I
it's
love
that.
it.
So my mentor helped give me the tools that I needed. My business coach is Jason Cole of
Yeah.
the Michigan Minority Contractors Association, and you know, between the two of them, and you know, my best friend is my rock, and then I have God first.
Yeah.
But between those, that circle, and then the people that you meet in business, and
Sure.
they're on the same level as you.
Mm-hmm.
You all can feed off of each other. You network. It just increases your network.
Mm.
You know, so networking is everything.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
It's
I love it.
everything.
Absolutely. I love the things that you're sharing with us today, Sherry, because scratching on business a little bit during the course of my life, it's still so many more doors, that you have to go through. And keep on learning, I say to you. Don't ever feel like you've learned it. Feel like this is something for you to learn every day about your business and where you're going to. I am so excited for the minority women-owned companies. What's some of your other peers that's involved with this group that you know of?
Tasha Green,
And tell them what she does. Yeah, please.
Tasha Green made history this year as in the city of Westland. She was elected the first African American city council person for the city of Westland.
Wow.
She's also a minority contractor. Tasha does like lead abatement. She does property management, leasing, small construction projects. So you get the opportunity to meet these people who you kind of grow up with in business, and you guys get to the next, you go level to level. You know, it's
Yeah.
different levels. It's not overnight,
Yeah, sure.
you know, and it's level by level. You know, you got to crawl before you walk. Remember the baby?
Yeah,
Baby just don't
absolutely.
jump up
Absolutely.
around. If
There
he
we
do,
go.
we going to run into a wall and fall out. You
Right.
know? So you
Absolutely.
gotta
Absolutely.
crawl before you walk. So that's part of the process. You know, you meet great people like this. You meet other women who do drywall. Kimberly Naylor, she
Yeah, I
does
met her
drywall.
at the Michigan Minority Business Association
Yeah,
with Jason
she's,
Cole last
she
week.
heads up NABWIC, the National Association of Black Women in Construction. A lot of powerful sisters in that, you know, doing great things in construction. So, you know, it's some great things going on in the city of Detroit, and
Right,
it's a lot
absolutely.
of opportunities. So, again, building relationships. Take every class that's offered for free. If you can afford to pay for them, pay. You have to invest in your business. It's the cost of doing business. But it's so
Absolutely.
many free classes and free seminars and free events that give you exposure. You know, take advantage of them. Set your calendar and show up.
And tell them how to get in contact with the SBA in this area. Is it SBA.com?
It's well, for just
Small Business
SBA.gov. Yeah,
SBA.gov.
And-
You guys, it's going to be great for you that's looking to do even whatever business it is to make that one of your starting points. And they're going to share so much information with you.
They will, and it's government, and that leads you to after your business is 2 years old, you can get what's called an 8A certification. You also from that you become a certified vendor for the government. So I'm a certified vendor for the government. So 7 days a week they send me matches. It's called a bid match, and these are opportunities to sell your services to the government, the Department of Defense, Department of Justice, so DOJ, the Army Corps, the engineers, anything having to do with the federal government. This comes to you to your email 7 days a week. So you have all
Wow.
these opportunities, and it's based on your NAICS codes. So
Now give them that. What is?
NAICS codes is North American International Classification.
Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But those are codes, so when companies are looking to do business with you, those codes tell your service. Every business has NAICS codes, and
Okay.
they are found, again, if you're on the SBA site, that'll help you with that. You can Google, I do trucking local, what is my NAICS codes? I know my NAICS codes by heart because it's important. It's part of my business.
Right.
So, you know, but that'll tell exactly what you do. So if the government is looking for a baker, and your key code, your keywords and your NAICS codes match baker, then those will come directly to you from all over the world. You know, you have opportunities to do business in Germany,
Yes, absolutely.
Turkey,
Absolutely.
anywhere, you know, so anywhere there's a government base, and they buy everything. They buy everything. So, you know, these are valuable things. And then with that came a PTAC advisor,
Okay.
which is a practical technical assistance counselor. These are government paid agents that help you sit down and get matched up. And then when these opportunities come and you say, I want to bid on something, you can go sit down with them. They'll help you go through the contracts, you know. But I would suggest have your attorney, too, because it's your contract.
Right.
They're there to help you, but it's not their job to do it.
Sure.
So,
sure.
you know, I had the opportunity to put box trucks in Puerto Rico through my government cage code. So
Wow.
I didn't think I could do it, and I had it done in 24 hours. But they canceled the contract.
That's all right.
But,
But she
I
got
mean,
there,
but
right?
I did it.
Right,
You know,
right.
I did it.
Right,
So, you
experience.
know, but these are the type of opportunities you can, if you're in events, you can supply tents for graduations for the Naval Academy in D.C. So it's just so many opportunities. That comes to me because truck is always in that. Somebody got to haul a tent. So
Right.
those type of opportunities come to me, as well as I can sell them trucks to the government.
Sure.
They'll buy dump trucks from me. They buy paving services. They buy everything. So
Wow.
I would suggest getting a government cage code. And again, this is all related to Small Business Administration for free.
Absolutely. Now, Sherry, if they want to contact you for information, do you have a system set up where they can call and you could answer certain calls that will relate to you? Or
They can visit my website. All
Okay.
my contact information is on my website. My trucks are on there. I'm on there. We are at www. Is it three? www.
get three W's, yeah.
W.
Real wide web.
My company is Swint Logistics, which is S is in Sam, W is in water, I is in ice, N is in nice, T is in Tom, Logistics,
Mhm.
LOGISTICS .com.
Okay. And so that's how you're going to link with Sherry. I just wanted to get that out before we go on to something else, and you can't contact her. I hope you feel the hunger in this. I'm going to show this show probably several times because it's so much content.
Thank you.
It's so much content, I think, to help other people. And I think that it's something about when you help other people, it goes to helping you at the same time. We have just a few minutes left, and now, so after 3 years of being in this, after right 3 years, she's dealt with some of everybody from Pepsi to Budweiser to
Coca-Cola.
Coca-Cola.
Cody.
Oh, my God. And 3 years, it's almost, you know God's in the plan from him whispering her ear and her listening. It was fruitful. Oh, my God, it was fruitful.
I got a seed in the ground.
Got a seed in the ground. I think you got a tree down there. You better watch out. Excuse me. But the thing that we're looking at also is that at the 3 years now, the relationships and the just doing good business has led her into another field. And I know I don't have time to really give it to you now, but it's the pavement field. And I'm excited for her in this project. She has some things going on. Tell them a little bit about this new business venture.
A gentleman approached me 2 years ago and asked me to help him with his paving company. He didn't know how to make it grow.
Mhm.
And I didn't think he was serious, so I thought he was trying to talk to me, and I don't do business and personal, don't mix the two. And he
Hey.
came back to me this year, and I've decided to help him. So he has all his own equipment. Now here's a good example. He doesn't have a business license, and he's just out here doing business. So I'm going to help him get his business together and get his certifications.
Oh, wow.
And he has jobs coming every day, because, the grocery store owners, the gas station owners,
Sure.
they're minorities. They want to do business with minorities. So, they reach out. And then he has a reputation. He's been doing this for 2 years. So I just want to get him on the up and up, get him legal, and get his business going. And we're taking on paving, which goes hand in hand
With
with
trucking,
my
sure.
dump trucks, because
Absolutely.
I do paving on the trucking aspect of it, which once partnered together, I'll do his trucking and he'll do the paving.
Sure.
But my experience, along with his experience, is going to be great. So the
Phenomenal.
opportunities are there, and the business is there, and the money is there. So
Yeah.
I'm excited about it. I really
Yeah.
am.
Oh, my
So,
goodness. Oh, my goodness. And so I was just giving that to say that when you're walking and you begin to walk the way that God has you to walk, begin to walk your way of faith, however you see your God, you're doing it. You're out there moving now. And you moving in what I'm considering excellence. And you may not, when I say excellence, that don't mean mistakes don't happen. That mean you're making the meetings, you're doing everything you can to do it the right way. People notice that. Relationships build, and it can spill over into something different. What I like about this Sherry is that she's touching another business, bringing them up already. Not that he wasn't doing it and making money, because he is.
He just
But
need to do it the right
look at
way.
this new level with these contacts and associations. So I think these are affiliations that's linking together that's going to make us great and make us stronger, and also it opens up new possibilities.
Teamwork makes the
The
dream work.
Go now, hey!
That's LL. Look, I got the
God is
LL
good.
Cool J.
God is good. I just want to let y'all know that. Look, Sherry, I'm gonna be doing something with Sherry. I don't know what it is yet. Y'all gonna make me open up a store, a market, or something, because she already got the paving and we do the building. So everything comes together, and those trucks can bring the food. So that's how you think. I'm not saying that particularly. I'm just saying how you can think about expansion just through affiliation. So I'm excited to have great people with us. And guys, look, we're going to say Bye to Sherry, but not, so long, but not goodbye. That's what I'm
Well,
saying.
thank you for having me.
Hopefully she'll become a part of this team in some way. And you've been watching United Gospel Explosion TV. Hopefully we bring something to you that you can share and be a seed, just a seed
Let's see.
in your life.
God bless
Peace.
you.
God bless you.
Thank you.
You're watching United Gospel Explosion. United Gospel Explosion. TV.
See, I'm a gangster with God and I'm spreading the word. Truth be